Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is take 2. I realized about 7 minutes in that I hadn't put my phone on shut up. And we all know that is a recipe for disaster. And sometimes it'll let me put it on shut up while I'm filming, but it did not want to today. So that's fine. We're just gonna start again. I hadn't got very far. Like I said, just 7 minutes, so that's not bad. But it is raining here today, and I've got to mow sometime today. But after I film, I'm going to go over to Daddy and Annie's. They went yesterday for his treatment, and they let him have his treatment. So we are super happy. He had maintained weight, so they let him go on and have his treatment. So he's off today at the house. So I'm going to run over there, and we are going to do something we don't normally do. We always usually put ours, we start on our, we don't decorate for Christmas till after Thanksgiving. And we do Annie and Daddy's big Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Eve night. We have dinner that night, at night, for our big Thanksgiving meal. And then Thanksgiving morning, we do the turkey trot. We all do the turkey trot, or whoever feels like doing it that time. In Maypro, it all goes to scholarship fund there in Maypro. And so we all go do that. And then we'll start busting out some of Annie's Christmas. Well, you know how you are when you're moving and your house gets emptier and emptier and emptier because you're boxing up everything you're not using. But it's just gonna look sad, and we don't want them to be sad. And Annie said, would it be terrible of me to put up my Christmas? Because it looks like now they're gonna close right around Christmas, like December 20th. And I said, you know what, Annie, if it's gonna make you happy, here's my thing. We're gonna be putting up that Christmas and taking it down somewhere, either here or there. So if it's gonna make you happy to go ahead and us put it up this week and you get to enjoy it for a little bit before we have to box everything up, I said, let's do it. Let's not wait. So when I get done filming and uploading, I'm heading over there. I have some pumpkin bread that James's mama made. I usually make some for Daddy, but she had made some. And so I'm gonna take that loaf over there to him. He loves to have that with his coffee. And so I'm gonna spend the afternoon over there. I've had Catch this week. I had Aria last night. Catch, I don't remember if I found out after I talked to y'all last week or not, but he had pneumonia. He had pneumonia and some kind of something else and a cold. I mean, he was just really sick. So I had him on Thursday. He's feeling better. I had him on Wednesday. And we just played and played all day. He's so precious and sweet and funny. And he talks like he wants to talk, which is what Keely did, but we always assumed it was because Keely couldn't hear, because Keely had such terrible ear infections that it ruined his ears. And so once they put in he didn't make any sounds at all, really. He didn't even cry much until they put in the tubes. And then when his ears were healing up, his hearing was still distorted, because you know how your eardrums, work like this. Well, if they're all scarred up and messed up, the sounds aren't reverberating right. And so he wouldn't hear us right. So he started hearing things, and then he started making sounds, but he would just look at you and go, blah, 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 blah. And I would just try to talk to him and figure out what he wanted. Now, however, James Williams thought it was hilarious. And so he would look back at him and go, blah, 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 blah. So helpful. So very helpful. But his ears got healed up, and, he began to talk fine. He had to go speech. He didn't have any R's forever. And they told me in kindergarten, they said, well, he's going to have to be in speech for several years. And I said, that's fine, because I don't want no giant kid hollering at me from his bedroom like Elmer Fudd, Mother, will you bring me my robe? I said, so speech is fine with me. Speech is perfect. So we're going to get into speech and get on the speech, and we did. And he found his R's, and he still struggles with dyslexia even to this day, because it don't leave. But Catch, well, he likes to make funny sounds, and his hearing's fine, but he'll look over at me and go, tickle, 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 tickle. And it sounds like he's saying tickle. So I'm thinking we're going to have to change his name to Tickle, because that's what he wants to say 99% of the time. He's so funny. But he caught me on the chin with his little fingernail when we were playing. So I had a fever blister last week, and this week I got a scratch on my chin. I look like I'm being in all the bar fights this week. So, and I'm also previewing my Thanksgiving outfit. If y'all don't do this, y'all are willing to live wild. I don't live wild. I have to know that my Thanksgiving clothes are ready and comfortable. I mean, I put this on with, I check, I know I have the ingredients, and I check and be sure I have the ingredients to make whatever I'm cooking before I get ready to cook, right? This is the same way with my Thanksgiving outfits. I put them on, Christmas outfits, Easter, same way. I am not putting something on and not wearing it around and being sure it's okay. Not gonna happen, Captain. I don't want any impediment to my enjoying Thanksgiving. So hence my shirt, which makes me so happy. Turkey, gravy, beans and rolls, let me see that casserole, which I've been singing ever since I ordered the shirt. And I've even I've been making up my other verses. I don't know, but I've been told it ain't pumpkin pie, it's casserole, which is not true for me. It's always the pumpkin and the pecan pie, but you know, you gotta make the song right? So, anywho, I've done that today. This week, I've finally got the Amazon affiliate store set up. So there are links. There's a link in the drop down because that's where I got my t-shirt and flannel. And, well, that's where I got everything I have on actually. Because when I tell y'all I preview it, I have on my favorite bra. I have on the shoes I'm gonna wear and my denim joggers. These shoes and my joggers I've had forever. Those slip-on Dr. Scholl's shoes, I love those. I have 2 pair. And I wear them all the stinking time. They're so comfortable. So I can't let anything be left to chance on Thanksgiving. I guess that may be my favorite meal of the year because I love me some dressing. So anywho, that's what all we've been doing today and what's going to happen this afternoon. I did get to pull out some other whips that hadn't got any attention because I've had some finishes, right? And mostly this week I finished on that ding dang little gingerbread boy. But he's finally done. Hallelujah. This is for my daughter. I always want to say my dear daughter, but that's the other one. This is for my daughter. It is in Thank You, Sara, Tobias by Blackbird. I started it because Frankie and Rhonda sent me this beautiful Welcome Spring thread. Well, I've got it mixed in with the others. That's not helpful. There we go. So it has all these pretty colors in it. And I may get hot and have to take this off this overshirt. I got the window cracked right now. It's pretty cool outside, but it is getting warm in here with these lights on. So I pulled it out and I finished a motif and I got my little bird stitched here because my hair is hot. When I wear my hair down, I get so hot. It's insane. Okay, let's lose my overshirt. That way I can be sure the sleeves of the t-shirt don't give me no grief. I'm not kidding y'all, this is an Eddie Bauer flannel. It's very comfy. So I'm the queen of a flannel. So I got my little bird done and I got my other, that motif, that flowering motif there done. This will be my focus piece this week. I'm wanting to get it finished. It's gorgeous. I want to turn it into a little drum, but it'll be a short fat drum, so I'm not sure about that. I've never done a short fat drum. I did Frosty's Night Out, but it was kind of equal. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of equal height and width. It was kind of the same. This one will be like a pancake because it'll be longer around, way longer around than it is tall, probably like twice. So that will be interesting. This fabric is Tea Time. It is gorgeous. Tea Time by Fortnite Fabrics. But I did get some progress on it, so I'm happy. I pulled it out, and like I said, I worked on it a good bit. It and my next one I'm going to show. So I was pretty pleased. I love the way it's turning out. It is very springy. It's very pretty. So that made me happy to get some done on it and to be able to pull out some of these others and get some stitching done on them that have been languishing in the drawer. Sherry asked how I was making myself work on them. I just haven't let myself really have any starts. Unless it's just a small, like a seasonal small, I haven't let myself have any starts this since I realized what was about June or July that I wanted to kind of try to focus on some of these. So I've been trying to rein myself in and keep myself in line. which is not my strong suit at all. But that is for my daughter out of Sara Tobias by Blackbird. So I got some working on her. Then, here we go. Who's next? Here. This is, and this is a terrible picture of it. It is Love Is Not All by Frankie at A Wicked Stepmother, and it cut off the other, my thing did not, when I printed it, do right. But it is a quote by Edna St. Vincent Millay. I might be driven to sell your love for peace or trade the memory of this night for food. It well may be, I do not think I would. I love it. So I thought I would try to get it finished for an anniversary piece for James and I. Will have been married like 10 million years on December the 15th. So that gives me a little bit of time to work on it. This is with just a mix of threads. I've got some Wicked Stepmothers and some Sulkies on here. And you can see where I was working on it last night watching TV. And I just folded it up so the needle's still in it here. Have y'all watched the Junior Bake Off? Y'all know I love the British Bake Off show, right? Well, there's the junior one for kids. And it is so dang cute. And those kids are so talented. So that was, James and I were watching it this week. When he's not here, the kids, if the kids are here, especially, I don't have the TV on. And this week I had to get caught up on all my chores. Because, you know, he's been home for 2 weeks before this. Which ruins my life. Because he says things like this. I don't want to hear the vacuum. I don't want to hear the washing machine. I don't want to hear the dishwasher. Like the little fairies come and do all that at night. But he don't want to hear it when he's here. So, my house was a catastrophe from 2 weeks of minimal cleanup. So, this week was major clean the house week because it was a catastrophe. I still didn't get my desk cleaned off. My desk in there looks like, y'all, bad. But I knocked down my cobwebs and swept and mopped and vacuumed and did my bathrooms and got all my laundry caught up and all that. I try to do one kind of an extra thing a week, like go around the corners and the walls of the ceilings with my little duster thing to make sure there's no cobwebs. So I try to pick something every week that's a little extra. Like last week when he was here, I made him get the big ladder out for me so I could do all my ceiling fans. Because we live in Texas, so like every room has a ceiling fan. Literally, only 2 of my bathrooms don't have ceiling fans. It's hot here and you need air movement. So we have ceiling fans everywhere. So, you know, you have to clean them and they're pretty high up. So he brought in the ladder for me to do my ceiling fans. So that helps kind of keep things somewhat in check. But this is Love Is Not All by Wicked Stepmother. It is on her website. I love it. Right here, I started working on this one and realized that I had a boo-boo early on in that little motif. Diagonal stitching. For me, it's hard. So I just stopped with it and I'll pull it back out. So I finished all my words. I did the heart. I backstitched her name. I started on my roof and I've got half of one chimney done. And then both of these were pretty level. So I came down all this side here. So I got pretty decent progress on that one this week. I was pretty pleased with that. And I love the little back stitch of her name. It's so precious. I hope that's in the frame. It is. So cute. I don't have it pulled tight on here, but it's adorable. This is on a piece of, I think it's 36 count maybe. 32 or 36. It looks more like 36. Vintage rose. That is the border is a sulky thread. And I'm going to put our little monograms over here. And then we'll have this. So I'm getting close. So I have these 2 motifs here. I need to finish this line of motifs. This is going to be the hardest part for me. And then I get to do my trees down here. And then I'm going to put our monograms right here. Like this. In this space. And I may push them down here and kind of put them in here some. I don't know. Because those diagonal stitchings, y'all know how they do me. So that one may have to, it may have to get wiggled a little bit because 7 of those little things is a lot for me. Or I may trade them out for hearts. I may do like hearts and then 3 of these. So that might happen also, because these are beautiful, but they are so hard for me to stitch. So that's the way my brain works, or don't work, however you want to think about it. But I didn't put the little hearts out here because I haven't decided for sure if I'll have a monogram like up here higher or if I'll push it down here. So there's little hearts also that go right here, but I have not put them yet because I think that may be in the way of the monogram. So I was super pleased with how much progress I got on this one this week. That one made me crazy happy. I was a little bit sad, I'll be honest, when I saw I was off on that. More than a little bit, I was a lot sad. I ain't gonna lie. I was a lot sad. Just a lot. But that's okay. Progress is progress. And I don't think I had pulled out North Wind, but I don't think he got any attention. He was here in my stack. Let me put this up. Y'all know I try to kind of put up as I go so I don't end up with such a catastrophe at the end of the day. Aria was here yesterday and she came in and just got to getting busy right away. So I try to keep things picked up as I go. So if somebody needs to be here or come by or whatever, it's not the end of the world. I don't think I worked on him any. This is the North Wind by Little House, Needleworks. There's the cover here. I don't think I got any done on him this week. If I did, it was just minimal somethings, or I would have remembered it surely. But it is beautiful. It is beautiful on this fabric. That is 40 count Sea Storm, and it is beautiful. And in the picture, it does not look, the picture does not do this thing justice at all. It just makes me sad. The picture kind of washes it out. I don't know why. I think because it's the white, it just doesn't show up unless you can actually see it. But that is gorgeous. You can see the snowflake. It's so pretty. So I don't think he got much attention, if any, this week. Maybe 1 or 2 little motifs, but I don't remember working on him much because I was working on the Gingerbread Man. That is finished. And like I said, if I ever say I'm gonna stitch 1 over 1 on 22 count or smaller again, somebody drive over here and just kick me in the throat, because no. It is in 2019 Christmas ornament issue. This one has this beautiful, the Madonna here is gorgeous. And this little red bird here is beautiful. There is several really, 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 really cute things in here that I had intended to stitch, but I thought I would stitch that one up real quick and make a little needle book. Not realizing that that would take me forever to get that done on 22 count. Here she is. I think this is a better picture. You can see her better. Look at her, and I think she's called, by Snowflake Stitchery. She's Mary and Jesus Stained Glass. And that's exactly what that looks like. How beautiful is that? That thing is gorgeous. But this is my little gingerbread man. Right somewhere. Where you at, buddy? Right here. Well, that's the one with the pattern. Let me fold it right. Here we go. I'll show this. He is right here. And he had a candy cane, and I wanted to make him just with a little needle. So I gave him little teeth because I wanted him to be a little creepy because he'd got on my nerves. So he has little teeth, and he has a little needle and some thread hanging down, and he's so happy, and I'm so happy that he is done with his little tiny annoying existence, because he was brutal. He was just brutal. I thought I was gonna maybe put little buttons on him, and I may put little buttons on him still. I'm not sure. His belly looks a little blank, so he may get some little buttons or something, but he is done and he is finished, and I'm saying hallelujah to the ends of the earth that he is finished, because he was rough. He was rough to get done. Goodness gracious. And last week, I told you I left the patterns over there. So these are the ones from last week that I told you I would draw for. I just used the word Christmas. So there's this heart in hand December with a little Santa Claus face. He is so cute. There is Snowy by Country Cottage Needleworks. This was last week's. This is words that I don't know how to say in Italian by Curbetiker, however you say it. But there are 6 of them, and they are so stinking cute. They're all adorable. This is Gift of Love by Lizzie Kate. And Merry Christmas by Cottage Gardens. And The Needles Notion. This one is so cute with that red bird right there. Oh, that cardinal. I want to stitch that. I might stitch that this week. Ugh. Really quick. He's so cute. Needles Notion, and it's called Christmas Garden. So it has a Christmas cactus and a mistletoe and an amaryllis and a poinsettia and a little cardinal on his feeder with the holly. So cute. So the recipients last week of these shares are, I hope I pulled the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, if I could read my writing. Mary Lou Asher, Carol Omer, Cindy Gaudet, Karen Church, and Bio Boy Stitcher. Bio Boy Stitcher. Those are the recipients last week. And just email me, NixieLynn at Yahoo, and I will get these in the mail to you. I'll just throw one in. I mean, now if you already have one, you might say, hey, I already have, the Snowman Trio or whatever. So if you have one, let me know, but I'm hoping you don't, and I'm hoping I can just drop these in for y'all. But anyway, that was super fun it was kind of fun because I asked y'all to tell me about your Christmas traditions. And so I got to find out about some of y'all's fun Christmas traditions, and I enjoyed that a lot. I said, we have traditions also, everybody does, and they're kind of what glue us all together. Coming up, we do our turkey trot. That's super fun. James's mom usually does hers the weekend after. That's what she does. And so we'll be over there on Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving for hers. And when Royce passed away, her brother passed away this year, she got another 12 pieces of china. He had sent her back a 12-piece set of china from Japan when he was in the Army. He was in, which Happy Veterans Day, and thank you to all who have served. My gosh, I'm going absolutely blank. It's the infantry, maybe? The Black Hats. Anyway, he was over there during Vietnam, and he had some incredible pictures, and we didn't really find out a lot of this until after he passed away. Some of the men came that were still around, and they came all the way up from Austin to be at his service, and that was so sweet. And we found out some things we did not know, and he has published photos that he had taken with his camera that had been published in books, and like none of us knew these things. He just didn't. he didn't like to talk about it. He said it was hard to talk about. I know when Grandpa Vic, his daddy, they had to amputate his legs and right at the knee. But he told Billy, he said, I'm going to need you to come be here for this. I've seen too much and I can't see this. I can't be here for this. I can do everything from the outside, but I can't physically be here with our mom with this. It's just, I can't. And I mean, that's the thing with veterans. They all carry, it's everybody, we all carry whatever we've been through, but veterans tend to carry a lot more than most of us on the day-to-day. So thank you for that. Thank you for your service, and thank you for the families of those who've served, because that's not an easy job either. Missing them, trying to help them when they get back, it's hard. So thank you for that. But anyway, she got these other, she's always had 12, and then he had sent her mama 12, the same, so they each had 12. And then when Grandma Vic passed away, they went to Royce and Judy's, and then Judy is downsizing, and she didn't want this set anymore. So Billy we will all be set at the same china this year. So I've told y'all along, she liked June Cleaver. The first time I went over there, and she was cooking in high heels, and I was like, that's her thing. We all have our thing, that's her thing. I preview my Thanksgiving outfits for comfort. I need comfort and expansion in my Thanksgiving clothes. Billy, however, will have on a dress and heels and a belt and the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards, and be cooking with an apron on. So we all have our thing. So that's those are some of our Thanksgiving ones, but I enjoyed hearing about y'all's Christmas ones so much. I did have questions and comments and a little bit of happy mail too. Questions and comments. Golden Stitcher UK, yes, he went to work on Monday, and I am so much calmer. It has been such a calmer week and a quieter week, and I have not had him under my foot all the time. And I say all the time, I wish he'd get a hobby, and then the kids laugh and they say, Mom, you are his hobby. Lucky me. Lucky me. He ain't all bad, but I'm not used to having him here. We always worked, both of us worked, and then when I quit working, he still worked. And from the time our kids were little, he would work 60 to 80 hours a week. He was gone all the time. So that's my norm. That's my norm. And then when I quit working the lab, I'd have the girls in the daytime, but he would still be gone a long time. And now he's working in town, and he only works about, 50 hours a week or something, or 45. I don't know. He's here all the dang time. I'm not kidding. So it's just not my norm. So I know it sounds hateful, but it is not my norm. It is, and it's such a big adjustment for me. And yes, Mary Lou, being together with everybody at holidays, that is the best gift. That is the best gift of all. That is the best thing. Oh, Susan, your oldest ones are about to move to her own house. That is hard. It is hard when your babies fly the coop. It really is. It is. Talk about an adjustment. That's an adjustment. I am lucky Keely still calls. When Michael went to college, she told him, because he was never a big talker, right? And she said, I'm going to need you to be more talkative. You're going to have to talk to our mom, because she's used to my girlfriends and I coming in here every day while she's getting ready and talking the whole time while we're all getting ready and coming by after and being here, and you just going to work and going to school and coming home, and no, that ain't going to cut it. You're going to have to do better. So, and he has ever since then. Ever since then, he's done very well. And so he usually calls me every day and kind of gives me a lowdown of what's going on with him. And it's always usually, he's a farmer and a rancher, so there's always some kind of trauma, drama, fun going on. If you deal with equipment and you deal with live animals, there's always some kind of joke going on you. And the joke's always on you. It ain't just a joke. The joke's on you. So he's always got something funny going on. Wilma? No? Is it Wilma? Y'all, am I writing this week? Whatever. I don't know if that's Wilma or Willeen. My writing is so bad in this notes. I don't know what's going on. She has a fellow Texan, and she said they do the same thing with cowboy beans and ground beef, but she said they call it Yankee chili. So, no offense, Yankees, because it's good as all get out, but it has beans in it. So they call it Yankee chili. So maybe that's a good name for it because we don't put beans in it down here. Oh, Karen wanted to know if I would spell the kids' names. See if I have a piece of paper around here. I'll borrow somebody's envelope. Here we go. All right, this is perfect. So, Kimi, and Aria Kyle, Kimi James, Aria Kyle, and then Catch Allen. And now y'all get to look at my serial killer writing. So, Kimi is Kemijayyms. Aria is Ariakylle. And Catch is Katchallen, Catch Allen. So, yeah. And so then my kids were, these two belong to Michael Lindsay. This one belongs to Keely. And my other one doesn't have any kids, Christopher James, he and Wani. And they may not ever have any kids, and that's fine if they don't want to. So, Michael Lindsay is the mom of Kimi James and Aria Kyle. And Keely Allen is the daddy of Catch Allen. And then my oldest one is Christopher James. And James Williams won the bet and got to name him. I don't know back then if they could tell, you know, what, I don't remember being able to find out what CJ was. Now we did with Mike, and I think it was new at that time. But anyway, James won the bet because he was a boy and he wanted to name him Chris James. And my mama throwed a fit. And so she said that was just a terrible double name and it was awful. And so James Williams relented and went with Christopher James. So, but he was always too wild to call Christopher or Chris, so it was CJ, because you could say that real fast and it still wasn't fast enough. So he has always been called Siege. CJ said real fast is Siege. So that's how the naming went down at our place. So I hope that helps. I know it sounds, I know it's hard to tell what words are, especially names, because names can be anything. So I hope that helped. Mary Go, yes, Texans invented chili. And I'll tell you, it was invented on like chuck wagons. And when you're carrying beef and you don't have refrigeration, right, in those days, and you know, you had a smokehouse if you were stationary, and so you kept stuff in the smokehouse and that kept it kind of okay, and in cellars and things like that. But when you're on a chuck wagon, which is the part that feeds the cowboys, okay, you would have meat and it wouldn't always be so yummy, right? Now you can boil it. Once you boil it, right, it kills the bacteria. So you wouldn't go make anybody sick, but it didn't taste so good because, let's be honest, rancid beef is rancid beef. But once you boiled it, you kill the bacteria. It's safe to eat it, but it still wouldn't taste great. So chili came about from all the seasoning added. That's why chili is super spicy. It's got tons of seasoning in it. That's why it's red from all the seasoning. And so chili shouldn't have any beans in it because chili was a way to use up meat. You're on a cattle drive, you have meat. You have meat with you, but you can't be killing a cow a day and wasting the rest. So you need to eat the meat, but the meat ain't fresh. So you make chili. You make chili in like hush puppy type, you know, things like this, bread and stuff that you can cook with oil and with water, hot, you know, things like this, and not have, you don't have really oven. You can put your cornbread in a Dutch oven under the fire, which they did too. But that's why chili is chili, and it does have no beans. And we're weird about it. I mean, we really are. if you tell me you're having chili and it's all beans, I mean, Jana makes a vegetarian and she calls it vegetarian chili and it's got all these kinds of beans and peppers in it and it's fabulous. But it's just some kind of bean stew, okay? It ain't chili. It ain't chili. I don't know. If it has beans, for me, I have a problem calling it chili. Carol said that Deck the Halls, the berries in Deck the Halls, which is in my, I can't wait to start them when I finish some of these others stacked, that there is some confetti stitching in there and that you just do 1 or 2 X's of one color and then you're done. So I will go look at that. I've got it in there in my stack to look at. But it is, I want to make some of those so bad I can't stand it. And Sheree asked about, okay, is that everything? Okay, then I had a Happy Mail this week. And the biggest thing of Happy Mail was, I got this adorable card from Lois. And I hope it's not Lois or Louise. I never know which, Nino's name was Louise, like this. I don't know. So, Louise. But she sent me this beautiful card with the Opera House there in Sydney, which is so beautiful. I'm gonna come one day and see y'all. And she sent fabric for Kimi, this adorable panda fabric. And I don't have their suckers over here because she ate them. The girls ate their suckers. She sent them koala suckers. One of them was white chocolate and one was dark chocolate. Those got eaten up. Now, Aria just ate a couple bites of hers and then Kimi finished it for her because she is our sweet eater. Aria did not even want to try the Tim Tam. She sent me Tim Tams because she said the thought of me trying to make Tim Tams she thought was like, which probably would have been a disaster. But James tried them, I tried them, Micah, Kimi, Catch. I mean, I shared these around and we had a lot of taste and we agreed these may be the best cookies ever. This is a dang good cookie. This is a fabulous cookie. And I have a picture of Catch and I hope you got it in the mail, in the email, because I knew I wanted to send you something faster than snail mail would go to let you know I got it. Let's see here. He tucked right on in to his Tim Tam. He was not playing around. Photos. Where's he at? He loved his Tim Tam. He thought that was the best thing ever. He had a fun day here and then he got him a Tim Tam. So, and he just held the whole thing in his little, I don't know if y'all can see, he has little farmer hands like his daddy. He has that square palm and those little spatulate nails and those squared off fingers. He has his little farmer hands and he loved it. So thank you for that. Those cookies, we all enjoyed them and we shared them around and they were fabulous. And then Aria, she stayed with me last night while Kimi had dance. Kimi's dance goes for an hour and a half and she don't want to sit in the car, of course, while that goes on. And Micah just sits in the car and works usually. So this is her second dinner after she got here. She's over there, she's been coloring and doing all this, but she had to have oatmeal first. Now, granted, y'all, there's Tim Tams here and chocolate suckers that Louise sent. But she wanted oatmeal. First we had a bowl of oatmeal, and then we had 2 bowls of Cheerios. She usually wants that or broccoli or peppers or something like this. She just is not a sweet eater. She is not. But now Kimi and Catch, they got you on that. Oh, and y'all might have seen I made buns for sandwiches this week. That was another thing I did. Made buns for sandwiches. Oh, and I forgot to show them a blanket. So thank you, Louise. And then this is, I tell y'all about my friend Nancy in Kentucky that moved to Kentucky. She's 90. And so I did get a sweet card from Nancy. So that was exciting also. But I got this finished and I found an error in it. So I'm not taking it out though. So this, is this the right side? That's the wrong side? I don't know. I don't know if there's a right or wrong side, but this is that big old yarn. It's finger knitted. I haven't tried to block it out or anything. This is just, I finished it up last night. And I think I'm gonna try to make one for Catch and Dusk at least. But my mistake is, some of you knitters have probably already spotted it out there. On one of the sides, And when I saw it, I was like, oh no, how did I not notice that when I did it? But I dropped a stitch, I guess is what you call it, because I decreased by one somewhere. And it is very upsetting, but it's okay. Oh, y'all hear that thunder? Lord mercy. Well, I can't find it now. Maybe nobody else will ever be able to find it either. Oh, there it is right there. See, there's two through right here instead of one. But this is my first attempt. This is the first one ever, so that's fine. It was super easy to do. I found the tutorial on YouTube and did it. And so I have this and that pillow that I wanted to finish and get out also of my project pile. Because that's another thing. It's not a cross-stitch project, but it was a project that I had going and I needed to finish. So now this week's shares, I'll get them before, I don't know, electricity may go off. It looks like it's getting dark out there. I have one Halloween one and some not Halloweens. So I guess I must have had them this way. Oh my gosh, what have I done here? I had a system. I'd already written this down and got this all done. Okay, here we go. This one is the Tree Lot by Little House Needleworks. If you're interested in this share, use the word tree. This is Henry. It's with, I think it's Bonnie Sullivan. Yeah. It's called All Through the Night, but it's Henry, and it has the little cardinals on there. And I've still got this in my stash to stitch because he is so dang cute with those little cardinals. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. And he's not giant. He's 93 by 66. And he's kind of solid, but he's adorable. So if you're interested in him, use the word snow. Use the word snow in your comment. On the tree, let me know if you like a flocked tree or a green tree. Which one you use. This is Cottage, Morningstar Cottage by Kit and Bixby. It looks like a beautiful place to vacation by the sea. It looks perfect. This looks like a perfect place for me to sit and read. I'm reading this week, what's it called? A Snake Falls to Earth. Is that the name of it? It's really good. It's for Indigenous Peoples Month and it is fabulous. This is Christmas Tree CT127. If you're interested in this one, and it is beautiful. Look at all those swirlies, but I don't know that I'm able to stitch that. Use the word green, because that's a green tree. So use the word green in that one. And then this one is Witch's Brew. So you can have it ready by next year. By With Thy Needle and Thread. It is so cute, but I have it also in my stash. And let me know your brew, B-R-E-W, your brew of choice. You like coffee or tea or what? Let me know on that. So I think that's everything today. I'm going to try to get finished and get this uploaded. And so we're shorter than last week, but I didn't get to work on a lot of whips or anything. So, but I did progress. I'm previewing my Thanksgiving outfit. I got the Amazon store set up, of course, with Micah's help. So I did get some things accomplished this week with James Williams gone back to work. I got my house cleaned up. So now I'm off to Daddy and Annie's to check on him and see them. So I hope you have a happy Friday and a great weekend and enjoy your stitching. Bye.